Hey, welcome back to another episode of Outside It with your host Yanto
and Farah, your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
Alhamdulillah.
Dah lama kita dah buat setting macam ni
Yes, it's been too long.
Yes.
Just the two of us, pillow talk in this setting.
But of course
okay.
kabel ya, ada botol-botol tu kat tepi.
Saya puasa.
Yeah, so dah menjelang the last 10 days of Ramadan lah bila ni episod keluar. I think less than 10 days kot.
Yeah, less than 10 days.
It's very fast, masyaAllah.
Betul. I feel like this Ramadan just I won't say breeze, but zoomed past.
Dia macam very, apa nama dia, pejam celik terus
Pejam celik
Raya sudah tiba. Anyway, yeah, so Raya is next Monday. This episode keluar, next Monday is Raya.
Yes.
InsyaAllah, that is like very, very fast.
Yeah, so memandangkan Ramadan dan nak meninggalkan kita, so we decided as a married couple, you guys out there, any couples out there can do this as well, but we thought that we want to do macam a Ramadan reflection lah.
Yes, but talking about reflections kan, dah bayar zakat belum?
Oh, dah kan, kita dah bayar. Alhamdulillah.
I pun dah menunaikan zakat bersama Muhammadiyah.
Yes, sempurnakan zakat anda bersama Muhammadiyah. You can go to muhammadiyah.org.sg/zakat ataupun you can call them at
62427388.
Betul.
Yes, then Muhammadiyah akan mengagihkan zakat yang diterima kepada semua 8 asnaf melalui program-program dan khidmat Dakwah, Pendidikan dan Kebajikan. Yes, you know, every time you zakat kan, Muhammadiyah will actually help 10,000 individuals
InsyaAllah.
secara purata.
Yes.
Yeah, so dengan berzakat bertambah berkat, bertambah rahmat. InsyaAllah. Kalau korang belum zakat lagi, silakan zakat bersama Muhammadiyah.
Yes, tinggal lagi berapa hari ni? Cepat. Zakat, okay?
Zakat.
Zakat. Yes. So yes, we were talking about Ramadan reflections, right? I feel like I want to know your thoughts lah.
Okay.
Your Ramadan this year compared to any other Ramadans, how different was it?
Oh, I think for once I'm having my reservist during my Ramadan.
Oh, okay.
That's one.
Yes.
I think the past few years, last year my Ramadan was I was working full time. I'm still working full time lah kan. So this year bila reservist pula macam tak cukup masa kat rumah gitu.
Faham.
Yeah, during this Ramadan I feel like I don't have enough time with you to fulfill my duty as a husband. And then I feel that at the same time pun bila time reservist ni macam busy gitu, and then I don't feel as involved. I don't know whether it's because of, you know, whatever that's been happening in the past few weeks, but I don't feel so involved in like, this is Ramadan. You know, I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, Allahu Alam, but I feel that I want to do more, and in these last 7 days I feel that, you know, at least I want to try to do much more lah in this Ramadan lah. Yeah, let me just play some music at the back lah.
I feel it, everything that has been happening lah. You guys know lah. We've talked about it quite a bit.
Yep.
It definitely affect you lah. Because I feel like you know, one of the things that I miss this past few weeks is our laughter.
Oh, I can tukar lagu.
I'm not saying there's no laughter at all, which I understand, absolutely understand. But yeah, it's just one thing that I've noticed lah. Like we don't laugh as much, understandably so, because you know emotionally we are both
drained
and trying to manage our emotions, and manage our ibadah at the same time. So it's a bit of a overwhelming punya task lah. Macam hari tu kan kita ada episode dengan Muhammadiyah. Yeah, how to overcome the overwhelmingness during Ramadan. So I feel like Allah just dah tulis everything. We had that episode and then things happen. So maybe we should watch that episode again to reflect and like, okay, you know what? Let's take this and make it better for the last 10 days.
Korang dah tengok belum episode tu dengan Muhammadiyah, the previous Muhammadiyah episode? Kalau belum tengok, please go and watch it, because it's actually very important and it serves as a reminder also lah, not just for me, not just for Farah, but for all of you yang tengah membaca, yang tengah mendengar ni this episode lah, insyaAllah. Lagi di bulan Ramadan ni, we try our best to be the best version of ourselves kan.
Yeah.
InsyaAllah.
And actually I feel like kita ada we just share lah, because the other time we went to OTH punya bazaar, right? And then there was this lady, right, if you remember, who came up to us and said, I saw your video. So I'm like, oh, which videos? I also macam awkward lah. Y'all know I like socially awkward. So I'm like, she took my hand and then she like looked at me in the eyes so earnestly and told me that I understand what you are feeling, because I went through it as well. Now I'm 42 years old and I've only gotten my first child. So I'm like, masyaAllah.
MasyaAllah. And the baby was so cute, a little toddler, little girl.
Yeah.
She looked at us, salam kita. I think she was only about 1 year plus. Salam kita, and then she smiled and she waved at us. MasyaAllah.
And then I blew a kiss at her and then she blew back. And then she waved. Oh, masyaAllah, so
and
cute.
We didn't get her name, masyaAllah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask her name.
Because we were too overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I mean, kita tak sangka someone would come up and share that news with us. I mean, of course, korang punya DMs, submissions towards all the words of motivation banyak, masya-Allah, tak terkira.
Yes, we haven't managed to reply to all yet, right? But insyaAllah, comel lah nak.
Tak nampak. Yeah, so it really is a boost for us lah bila kita dapat those kind of DMs, messages, and then even depan mata kita, the approach kita kan, sis, thank you so much for approaching us. That actually, I nampak mata you macam beraya sikit bila you sharing that news with us, that your journey also with us, walaupun sedikit sebanyak pun, that 5 minutes was a blessing for us. It gives us a lot of comfort.
Yeah, so I think based on you guys punya response of the episode, of the reels dekat Instagram dengan TikTok, Alhamdulillah, with the will of Allah, we managed to reach a lot of you guys who are going the same things or went through the same things. So thank you for following us on this journey. I would say right now we are recuperating. We are
trying to make it better lah. Trying to take it day by day at the same time. Pasal outside ini has to continue, and takkanlah kita nak solar menangis saja kan. So we try our best to procure try our best to give more episodes for you guys. Of course, hopefully korang jangan dengar kita cakap untuk nangis-nangis sajalah. I mean, of course, the reason of outside ini is for us, couples, young or old, untuk belajar sama-sama, share experience together, and become better for each other in this community, insyaAllah.
Yeah, that's why I feel like this Ramadan reflections is important lah, for us and also for you guys, couples out there. Okay, so shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's go.
InsyaAllah. Yeah. Okay, so we know Ramadan ni is not only about fasting lah, right? It challenges us, it tests us individually, but also as a married couple.
Yeah, definitely.
So the first question, right? What challenges have we faced this Ramadan, and how did we handle them as a team?
I think you have a lot to say for that lah.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, because I probably have been in days most of the time. So maybe you observe it more than me. Like earlier you mentioned, one of the challenge probably is you feel the lack of laughter in our lives the past few weeks. That to me feels like a challenge also, because we are so used to always having lots of jokes and random make fun of each other and things like that. Yeah, but
lightheartedness.
Yeah. I mean, yes, probably because right now I'm on reservist, tengah kena bangun pagi, kena pergi office, kena buat kerja reservist lah, and it's tiring. But at the same time pun, every day everyone has a job every day also. But what is the difference between now and back then?
Now I really feel it's what has happened the past few weeks. I feel like on the outside, you especially, you're just trying to put on a brave face, but inside, I don't think you even know what you are feeling.
Oh, that's so true.
That's why you can't express it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can sense it lah. You are macam there's a burst of laughter. Then after that you macam.
Is that obvious?
Yeah. You like nowadays, and like sometimes you look upset. And I would ask you like, are you okay? Why are you so down? Then you macam, no, nothing.
I mean, of course, kita selalu cakap try not to say nothing lah kan. But this time around, it really is. I really rasa macam kekosongan. Yeah. To me, that challenge is very like just to be present and to put my mind at ease is not easy for me lah.
Faham.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I haven't been, as lively as I was.
No, it's okay. I understand the circumstance. I'm not sharing this to make you feel bad or to complain. It's just a difference that I noticed. But we will.
We're going through it together.
Yeah, we will overcome it together lah, insyaAllah. I feel also this challenge, the challenge this Ramadan. I feel like it's what we've been through lah.
Yeah. That's the biggest challenge, I would say.
And how did we overcome it as a team? The question asked. I feel for me, I just tried to be as supportive. Yeah, but that's the thing. In a marriage, like we've mentioned before, there will be, you will inevitably run into this situation where you get married and then as you build your family, your parents are getting older, your grandparents are getting frail, and they will leave at one point of time.
Yeah.
So every couple will face this early on or later on. So for us, it is now. So it's the first time that something like this happened. It's normal for us to kind of not know what to do.
Yeah.
It's a first. We don't have any expectations. We are not prepared for it. So we are just, going through the motions, grieving, and yeah. So I don't think it's anything out of the norm. It's just life.
Yeah. I mean, I just share a bit about what goes on in my mind on a daily basis. Kadang-kadang guys, I don't know whether you guys feel the same way ke tidak, but right now, I think sometimes I'm just like staring to blank space and then reminisce, the reminiscing part, and what could have been, what could be, this kind of questions. And it happens quite frequently for me. So I get tired mentally on a daily basis.
Emotionally.
Yeah, emotionally, mentally. And nak kata in terms of, just wanting to get up and do things, it's hard for me. Yeah, it's similar to what I was experiencing years ago, if you get what I mean.
Your depression?
But, but then again, I'm glad that, we are a team. I'm glad that I have you and no one else as my wife, because this is the moment where I realized that if I don't have a rock in the form of my wife, I think I would have spiraled down way, way worse. I mean, not just in Ramadan itself, but in normal situation bila, kalau betul-betul tengah rasa down ke apa, habis tak ada orang support, I could have been bad lah.
If you were to be alone lah.
Yeah, but the good thing about this Ramadan, the good thing about the fact that it's Ramadan is that, we really get to eat together more often. I mean, of course, we eat together almost every time. But this time around, it's like we have an intention, we have a purpose together. We sometimes I don't wake up for sahur, you wake me up, and those kind of things really means a lot to me, because I know there's someone that loves me, that cares for me and make sure that I wake up to sahur and whatnot, because you care for me, and that's something that I would say, as a husband who is going through something like this, and as a couple going through something like this, we have each other's back.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah you feel the support lah. I also feel like especially this past few week, right? I realized that how I show love is physical touch and words of affirmation, like saying I love you, you're so handsome, that kind of thing. But these past few days, I've been trying to show you how I love you in your love language, which is acts of service.
Oh, that actually makes a difference.
Yeah, so that's why I macam dengar you cakap I care for you and things like that when I wake up for sahur and kejut you, right? That is acts of service, right?
Yeah.
So you feel it more.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You feel appreciated more. You understand that, she is showing me that she loves me. So yeah, I guess that's just a food for thought for everybody. Like, you have your own way of showing love, but your partner wants to receive love in a certain way. So once in a while, switch it up and like show them you love them how they want to be loved. Maybe like she said, there's a difference. So I guess it worked.
Yeah. I mean, basically, we talked about this in the previous episode, kan, with Farhan and Nurul, kan, about love language, and then a lot of comments were saying, oh, the love language gini, people love language like that. That's the thing. We learn the love languages. Macam kita belajar Melayu, kita belajar English. Kalau ada pula belajar Chinese, kita ambil effort untuk belajar these love languages. Pasal lain orang lain love language. Tak semestinya my love language gini aja. Then kalau kau tak nak belajar kau punya partner punya love language, then that's just showing that you don't really care 100%. Yeah, maybe you care, but other aspects. But it's always nice, like what we just mentioned. It's always nice for me to feel that my love language is being used for me once in a while, and then we switch. Then I feel better, and then I can switch it up and then do it for you as well. Yeah, it's a language that we both worked and crafted for each other. Like for example, Farhan and Nurul has their own love language. We have our own love language. I think for maybe Zul and Sasha pun have their own love language.
Zul and Sasha. Oh, how are you guys? Dah lama tak berbual.
Can. So everyone has their own language that you develop together as a couple. Because if you don't do that, then you're just gonna be talking like chicken and ducks lah.
Chicken and egg. Ducks.
Chicken and ducks. Yeah. Which come first, chicken or egg? So yeah, there's something that we reflect. So thank you for bringing that up, because I feel that it's a good reflection of what we learn about each other for the past few weeks, especially. Yeah, we're constantly learning about each other, because
because I've never seen. It's not that this side of him. I've never seen him being put in this kind of situation before. So therefore, I'm learning how he is, how he grieves, how he is when he's down, macam really in the dumps, crying, wailing. So it's marriage is a journey lah. You learn more and more about each other. But so far I don't feel macam stop it, stop being so sad. No, I've never. InsyaAllah, Alhamdulillah, belum lagi, or I hope never lah. Because I really believe that grief ni, everybody has their own time and space and path. So it's better for them just to feel it. Just me as a wife, I'm there to support you. But if I feel like kalau you macam melirik-lirik sangat, then maybe I will
some help.
Come on.
Yeah. Which goes without saying that having a spouse is a blessing.
Alhamdulillah.
I mean, having the right spouse is a blessing, because I feel that we were all in different relationships before we met each other, and I lost my grandfather in a previous marriage, in a previous relationship, and the whole reaction was very different. The support that I received was very different, and things like that. So it goes to show that Allah really is the best of planners. He allowed me to find Farah and make her my wife, so that he knows that when these kind of things happen, we are best supported with each other. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another question would be, have there been moments where I could have been more patient or understanding?
Oh. You?
Answering for each other. Where I could have been more patient and understanding.
I think for me, it's more of, if I were to be honest with you, in terms of patience and understanding, it's more towards our routine and our schedule. Sometimes of course, yes, our sleeping pattern is slightly different somehow or other, especially during Ramadan. Yeah.
Ramadan for me always okay, never mind.
Yeah. Tak nak buka aib lah kan. But yeah, our sleeping arrangement is always very different during Ramadan, and it's very difficult for me to understand where this is going. Like especially we talk about an incident that happened that time we went to JB. To be honest, I was very upset that you kept falling asleep in the car as much as we were going through it together. I was a bit upset, and then we went there to spend time with my family, but the whole time you didn't say a word. Like you were too tired. You were so. I think your kryptonite is the heat from the sun. Humidity and heat is your kryptonite. And I was a bit upset because I went out with my family, and then I just wanted to make sure that everyone is having a good time. And then it wasn't a good time for you lah, obviously, which I felt upset because number one, I'm seeing you in the weakest state possible, and I couldn't do anything about it. I have to jaga my mom's heart, I have to jaga my anak saudara punya heart, I have to jaga your heart, and it got me questioning like, wow, could I, if I was to a point that I think I reacted a bit. I showed a bit of my anger towards you. That I ignored you for a while. And now looking back, I feel that I could have had more patience because I know deep in the back of my head, I know that Farah, when it comes to bazaar, when it comes to heat, you're very bad at tolerating that. But to me, I'm like, I was reacting to that. When I know I've been with you for 6-7 years. No, 2018. How many years is that? Yeah, since 2018. So I've been with you for that long, and I know, but somehow I still want you to overcome that pain, overcome that, and just enjoy being with me and my family for once at a bazaar. Yeah, so I got upset, if I have to be honest with you. Yeah, so that's. I wish I was more patient back then, and I could have had a better reaction to it, and I wish that I could have done something to make sure that you're okay. And you feel comfortable also, because ultimately you are still my wife. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think I've showed you. I think a few days ago, right? When this the thing about Yan is, right, he doesn't this thing that he just shared. He doesn't share it with me. He will keep it all inside, but it came out in not in a macam buka aib or embarrassing me type of way, but he has this comfort with my mother.
Oh yes.
So when we buka with her, the point of time we iftar with my mother, he was like, Mama tahu, hari tu kan,
anak mama ni kan.
Mama ni kan. He started sharing like that. So that's when I know his true feelings. So when I heard that, I felt very bad. I know on my side I also apologize because I know I could have behaved better. Even though you've had point of references from my mom, from my sister, saying that this is normal for Farah. Dia memang macam gini, masuk kereta je tidur, masuk kereta ada bazar tak boleh. Even though you know all that, but it doesn't really justify 100% my behavior during that time. Because now I am almost 30. I should have known. I should have behaved better.
It's okay.
I feel bad lah. Not just to you, but to your family. InsyaAllah, I will. Raya tu, I minta maaf. Sorry, Mama. Sorry, sorry, Hafiz.
Yeah, I mean, this is a point to learn as a couple also, because yes, as much as we might not be comfortable in certain situations, it really makes a difference how we respond to people around us, especially with our in-laws, especially with our parents. Because I feel that this is not to shoot you ke apa tau. It's more of us taking this as a learning point, because sometimes I feel that I might be a little bit oversharing at certain times when it comes to certain things, because I feel that I should have shared it with you first before I shared it with your mama. Yeah, but somehow there's a flaw that I have. That we tend to share it a lot. We tend to share our problems most of the time, but sometimes I think I might push it back and say it's fine, but when the situation arises, I'm not fine with it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So I need to get.
I think what I notice about you is that you need a bit of time to process your feelings.
Yeah.
Process your thoughts, and like once you finish processing, right, then things are fine already between us. So you feel macam if I bring it up now, then macam not so nice So so macam if we go to, for example, Mama's place or what, then it's more like hearted and then Mama is there, and like you feel comfortable sharing. So it just terkeluar over there. Then I'm like, whoa, why are you dying? But yeah, okay lah.
But how do you then propose that we come get over this issue?
I feel like, honestly, this is honest conversations about marriage and relationships, right? So I feel like right now we are at an impasse. You know what I mean? So what I mean is that I have my ways, you have your ways, but then sometimes we don't meet in the middle. So I feel in order for our relationship to mature and grow even better, we have to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations. So if you feel uncomfortable macam sharing your feelings, right, maybe you should try a bit lah, sikit. And then and why that is important is because I need time for me to learn how to react to that.
Right.
I need to learn how to respond in a way that we can move forward. You understand? But if you don't do it, and then I also macam tak tahu, and then kita macam gini je lah forever.
Yeah.
But if you start to share your feelings, and then I will be like macam, okay, this is uncomfortable. This haven't happened before. But then if I'm willing to be like, okay, let's go through this together. So we grow together lah in uncomfortable situations, but it is to grow our relationship.
I mean, of course, it doesn't help that. I wouldn't say it doesn't help. Of course, another added on factor that added to the challenge was that kita tengah berpuasa.
I think that was my ujian lah, which I failed, obviously. So sorry.
Yeah. Have you heard of the term an angry wife? Hungry wife is an angry wife. Oh no, hungry man is an angry man.
Boleh lah, hungry wife is an angry wife lah.
Yeah, so that's the issue. I mean, of course, to siapa-siapa yang tengah mendengar ni, let this be a lesson, not just for us, but also for korang yang probably might have gone through the same situation. If you have been in the same situation, comment in the comment section, because we would like to hear how you guys overcome it. Pasal kita pun tengah membelajar kan, masih tengah dalam keadaan belajar ni as a couple lah. So we hope you guys pun boleh tolong sama-sama dengan kita, insyaAllah.
Sama-sama maju ke hadapan.
At the same time also, I think it's always important to kena, these challenges are something we see it as untuk kita memperbaiki diri kita and strengthen our relationship with each other and also with Allah, insyaAllah.
But okay, now moving forward, I think we ask each other a few more questions lah about this Ramadan reflections, right?
Yep. Oh, okay. Maybe we go lighthearted a bit lah.
Okay, lighthearted.
Okay, what is one thing that you appreciated about me during Ramadan?
Okay, one thing about you that I appreciate is you cook for me, you cook for us. And even though you said that macam you be reservist and whatever, but every time weekend or what, you will do chores with me. Honestly, you are the one who initiate doing the chores. You do the laundry and stuff, you cook, and I appreciate that a lot lah. Even though I know the state of mind that you might be in.
It's a distraction for me lah.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I cannot be not doing anything. If I sit down and I do nothing, I'll go into a spiral. And I think I told you about that before kan. Like, I cannot do nothing. So if let's say you're not awake, you're asleep, and then I'm there, I get very frustrated. It's like, no, I don't want to let these negative thoughts come into my head. So I do something. I clean the house. I open the fridge and see what I can clean. I clean. It's more of a coping mechanism for me.
Right.
Yeah, I distract myself, and then of course, yes, I love doing the laundry. I love to smell the smell of fresh clothes out of the laundry, and I love to cook. So that helps lah. That I love to do all these domestic stuff. Yeah, that's for me. For me, what I appreciate about you is the fact that you fill up the gaps where I am lacking, as much as you can lah. Yeah, I think like I mentioned earlier just now, usually I'm the one that bangun for sahur. Usually I'm the one that prepare everything for sahur, and then I need to drop a bomb for you to wake up.
Nah, Nani? What about?
Well, like boom, you boleh bangun. Biasa kadang-kadang nak bangun susah. For me, is I really appreciate the fact that you learn how to fill up the gaps wherever that I need, rather than you just do and ignore me. Which is something that we pick up along the way for the past few years of us being together, living in the same house. Rather than you just ignore or let me do my thing, sometimes you realize that I might need help, and then you offer those help to me, which is something I realized this Ramadan, especially when it comes to buka timing, when it comes to doing things together, you pick up the pieces and fill the gaps.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. And I really appreciate that, because I feel that, this is a sign of us growing together as a couple, sign of you, sign of us actually understanding each other better.
Yeah, I think that's true, especially the second part. I am acknowledging that we don't do things the same way.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying and I'm learning to understand you as a man, as my husband, and what you need and what would make you happy. So I think that is manifested through my actions lah. Slowly, I would say very slowly, but insyaAllah, this will keep going.
InsyaAllah. As much as we have a lot of flaws, we need to always acknowledge our positivities. Positives.
I feel like this next question answers why the slight change of my behavior also. In what ways has Allah's mercy strengthened our marriage, especially during difficult times? Because I feel like I don't know if I should say it or don't say it, because like we potentially may have no kids in this world. Oh, I feel so sad saying that. So in my mind, it's gonna be me and him. So if I don't do something more or do certain things better, we are not going to be happy lah. It's like we have to tolerate each other instead of like appreciating each other.
I never want to be in that situation, man.
Yeah.
But I don't like the word I'm in the relationship, I need to tolerate him. You don't tolerate your husband, or you don't tolerate your wife, you tolerate nonsense. So if you're tolerating your husband, means your husband is nonsense. And I do not wish upon that on anyone lah, because you shouldn't tolerate. You should love. Should embrace. You should really grow with each other, right? I mean, kalau kita tolerate tu, dah maknanya kita ni tengah if you're tolerating, means you're not just accepting tau. You are taking in whatever that you don't like, and you just like, tak apa, I tolerate first. Then it becomes like
one day you will just burst and resent the other person,
which is a common situation that we see in a lot of the submissions that we received.
Oh yeah.
Tolerate.
Yeah. That's why I say it's really Allah's mercy that He gives me this shift of mindset, shift of clarity, even though we are in emotionally we are not doing the best, but Alhamdulillah, our marriage is still, intact.
Alhamdulillah.
We don't go, I think I'm gonna leave you, that kind of thing. It doesn't even cross my mind. So that in itself, I feel like it's Allah's mercy.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I think we are almost to the end of the episode. I think maybe we wrap up with this question lah. No, Ramadan is a period, is a school, like what Ustaz mentioned. Ramadan is a madrasah for us to learn and come back and go out stronger, and for us to revisit our Islamic values and whatnot. And that is Ustaz punya kerja lah kan. Ustaz already give us the information, the ilmu for us to be better Muslims. So then from our end, what can we do to share with our insiders to be better couples then? Especially the month of Ramadan, we are tested. The thing is, okay, number one, syaitan diikat, and all the high ranking syaitan semua dah diikat. And then we are really tested purely on our iman, purely on our own self as much as possible kan. It's really showing our true essence of us as a person. So if we cannot overcome challenges with us as a person, without the external kacauan, for example, disturbances, gangguan, then bila dah lepas Ramadan pula, when you have a lot of distractions around you, then it would be even harder to overcome any challenges. I mean, yes, this is for you to train to handle your emotions when you're hungry, to handle your feelings when you're upset. You cannot do certain things during Ramadan. You cannot. You have to really control your nafsu and whatnot. So bila masanya kita dah lepas Ramadan ni, kalau kita, we can do a lot more things. This is like dah macam gini dah, macam kacang lah, any challenges that come, something like that.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah, so for me, in terms of, how do we prioritize our marriage is that, of course, yes, the best part about Ramadan is we get to tarawih together, we get to solat together most of the time, and sometimes we take that for granted post Ramadan. Like, kenapa kalau Ramadan kita boleh tarawih sama-sama, solat malam sama-sama, kenapa post Ramadan kita tak boleh buat gitu? Yeah, and then when you do that, remember the triangle that I mentioned in one of the episodes, remember you showed the triangle?
Triangle.
Yeah. So if you are here, if you are this is you, this is your wife. So the closer you are to Allah, the closer you are together. Yeah. So that's one way we always have to put at the top of our head. This relationship is a blessing from Allah, and that if you have that in mind, you both work towards getting closer to Allah. Inshallah, this marriage will last longer lah.
I think the reason why we keep, I won't say we dakwah, but the reason why Islamic values is often shared on this podcast is because Islam or ibadah and marriage goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like it's interlinked. And there's a lot of teachings of Islam in our religion, right? About how a marriage is half of your deen and like things like that. So it's very hard to go astray. It's like agama and marriage goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right. So
kalau kita kuatkan kita punya iman, kuatkan kita punya agama, kuatkan kita punya ilmu about our agama, definitely insyaAllah we don't go astray. I mean, of course, yes, it comes with the cabarans. And this is where Allah tests you. The more you know, the more Allah will test you. So the more Allah will test you, the more you need to fight this. You need to go through these tests with a lot of confidence, a lot of
yakin.
And then insyaAllah, you come out of it a better person, better Muslim, and then better husband, better wives, insyaAllah.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest takeaway that I learned also lah throughout the past few months. And then of course this,
especially the past few months, it's reinforced in us that whatever happens, especially in our marriage, is because Allah wills it to happen, and He knows that both of us can handle it.
Inshallah.
No matter how heavy it is, it's something that we can overcome.
Yeah, it won't put us through things that we cannot.
Yeah.
What's the phrase? Allahu Akbar. Allah takkan uji lebih daripada kemampuan kita.
Betul. Hey.
So yes. So Itulah. if you feel like aku tak boleh, remember this sentence, remember this ayat, because this is what Allah promises us.
I think in that moment, even us, we don't know if we can get through this.
Yeah,
to be honest, but we don't know because we are in the dumps, mentally we are kacau semua. But when we had apa?
The DMs, a lot of them always say the same thing.
And then that's why I forgot what I want to say.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We are in the dumps, we don't know what to do. But once the dust settles, that's where we have a little bit more clarity and a bit more control over our thoughts. Then that's where we tell ourselves that Allah loves me. This is my ujian for me and my husband. This is an ujian for my marriage, and we can overcome it. And even if you don't feel like you can, Allah will show you in very, very mysterious ways. For us, is your DMs, your stories, you coming up to us outside and saying, I understand you.
I doakan for you.
I doakan you, especially your doas. And that in itself helped tremendously for us.
A lot.
In order to overcome. So that is how I see Allah memudahkan urusan kita lah.
Yeah, as much as, kita nak sangat anak, for example, nak sangat. Tapi his answer is not, kau nak aku kasih kau. That's not his answer. His answer is to ease our hearts, because that's the one that is hurting the most.
Deep.
Tiba deep lagi. Yeah, so Allah heals us. Allah allows us to feel what we feel because He cares for us, and He shows the way He cares by doing this. So sometimes kalau kita dalam this kind of situations, for any one of you out there, kadang-kadang you rasa macam Allah ni sayang aku ke tidak.
Allah sayang.
Allah sayang. Just try to see what are the signs that He has given you, what are the things that He has shown you that He is loving you.
Yes, and always remember, this is what my mom tells me. Kalau Allah uji, maknanya Allah sayang. If you feel like your life there's no challenges, everything is easy breezy, then Allah tak pandang you. Then that's when you should be very concerned.
Be very,
but
very concerned.
if your life is full of challenges, full of color, then that means that Allah is looking at you. Allah uji you sebab Allah sayang. Yeah, just a reminder for all of us.
Yes, and it goes with the marriage as well. I mean, of course, jangan kita buat benda-benda yang out of our religion lah.
Yalah.
Kita buat dengannya Allah, kita buat demi Allah. Then of course that is the way we prioritize our marriage.
InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. We learn together. Especially I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of videos, orang pergi tarawih sama-sama, if husband and wife. Of course the muslimin is tempat lain, but going together, balik together, tarawih, iftar together, all these are activities that you have done to strengthen your bond, not just with your spouse but with Allah as well. Keep it up, keep doing this. InsyaAllah post Ramadan kita maintain this priority of our marriage with each other, then bolehlah kita sama-sama become better Muslims and better husbands and wives, InsyaAllah.
And thank you guys for, if you listen until the end, thank you so much, because honestly, because you are our insiders, right? We can be honest with you guys, right? We are not in the best state of mind. We are not in the best of ourselves lah. So you can tell by the flow of this episode and everything. So we are just gonna be raw and genuine with you guys. But we ask and we appreciate all of your duas and keep watching us, okay? Don't leave us, because if you imagine, guys, if you stay, you've seen us at our lowest, and then we will become better.
Allahu Akbar.
We become better, guys. We become better. We improve, and you guys are on the journey with us. MasyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. And leave a comment in the episode, because we are still trying to get to the DMs one by one. MasyaAllah, memang banyak sangat DMs, comments kat reels kita. MasyaAllah, tabarakallah. We try to reply to every single one of them kalau kita mampu. Okay, kalau tak mampu, kita minta maaf sangat-sangat. But yes, do keep the comments coming in, do keep the DMs coming in. It shows that we care and we hear each other. InsyaAllah.
And also don't forget, if you guys haven't yet, bayarlah zakat, kawan-kawan.
Yes.
Ya, bayarlah zakat dengan Muhammadiyah.
Bukan bayar zakat, sempurnakan
Sempurnakan
bersama
zakat.
Muhammadiyah. Macam mana? You can go to muhammadiyah.org.sg/zakat ataupun call them at 6242-7388 untuk sempurnakan zakat anda.
InsyaAllah.
Jangan lupa Muhammadiyah akan mengagihkan zakat yang diterima kepada semua 8 asnaf melalui program-program dan khidmat dakwah, pendidikan dan kebajikan.
I think, sorry. You have said. So before we go, I just want to say, guys, if you guys have any topics that you guys want us to share about in our pillow talks, just us talking as husband and wife, please comment and send us DMs or whatever topics that you want us to discuss about. Marriage topics, okay?
Yes.
But until then,
dengan berzakat, bertambah berkat, bertambah rahmat. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
We've come to the end of another episode of Outside In.
If you like what you hear, please follow us on all our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube.
Share it with all of your friends and family members so that they can benefit from this episode, InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Till next time. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Next week Raya.